Welcome back to Afternoon Express, where we are still kicking it with Ukeli Nomondli. Now, Chef Dumi, you are just creating absolute magic in the kitchen today. Vele lezo dume ngazo, so qhubeka ke sis.
Yeah, I need to, people are dropping albums and stuff. Now I'm dropping the juice in the kitchen, so I had to bring it.
Yeah,
that's one.
So we're making smoked salmon croquettes, which I think the one thing I love about it is because it's such a simple dish to make, and it's so convenient. And like we were talking, you've got kids. This is a fun thing that they could do as well, but it also tastes good. And you like seafood, so this is a perfect way to incorporate your seafood into the dish.
Can't wait.
So, to start it all off, we're making the smoked salmon croquettes this side, but you guys are making a roasted red pepper hummus over there. I was taught to not say hummus, it's hummus. So, please, come correct.
So wait, Siswam, so when it comes to putting together this delicious hummus, what do we need? What ingredients?
Yeah, so in front of you there, you've got a couple of different ingredients. You've got chickpeas, roasted red peppers, tahini, some herbs, and then we've got some seeds that you're going to toast up for us that just go on top. And but Mondli, you've got some olives over there that we just need you to roughly chop, and then you're going to zest some of that lemon, and then the olive oil and the olives go on top of the hummus once you've made it in that little jar, and we will get our hands dirty. I see you look very beautiful, so I will make sure you don't go anywhere near the flour. I will do all that.
Thank you.
And so just powder your face, but not...
That's about it, just powder the face.
Is this the type of banter that happens in studio, this back and forth?
You know how it is.
You don't know. This is nothing. I promise you.
Okay, but where am I zesting into?
You can zest it into that jar.
How do we zest? I think that's what I want to understand.
Okay, perfect. Zesting. This, if you don't know, South Africa is called a microplane. There's different kinds. Basically, the zest is the outside layer of the orange or whatever lemon you're using. The idea for this, the reason it's done is so that you don't get the white part of the lemon, because that's bitter. But the zest is literally, I'm going to show just a simple example.
Has a bit of flavor to it.
That little part.
The zest.
Yes, that's literally where most of the flavor is. So when they talk about ama essence, like a lemon essence or this essence, it's those oils that are in that.
Oh, I see.
That
That makes perfect sense. Let me start zest.
Yeah, so you can actually zest into the big bowl because everything is going to go in there. And I'm just going to chop up our smoked salmon, because we said it's a smoked salmon croquette. So I'm just chopping it up into smaller pieces. Some people like to leave it chunky. I prefer to cut it up thinly because you basically get a bite in every single bite that you take of this. So you don't want to say it's smoked salmon croquettes and you can't taste the salmon in there.
What is the #1 top thing that I think is very important, or you think as a parent rather, it's very important for them to walk away with?
I think teaching them how to love and to love themselves is very important, because I mean we're in a society that tells you that teaches our kids that you need certain qualities to be loved. So I try my best to love my kids unconditionally, so that they know that they don't have to be anything. Love just comes easy.
I like that.
Well, I think it's two things for me. For them to understand that they didn't make themselves, so there is a source, you know, the big guy. That's #1. But #2, also to know that it's okay to fail sometimes, you know. But as long as you can pick yourself up and
at the end of the day.
Again,
Beautiful. In terms of this hummus, I've already added the red pepper. Maybe you can also help me with more red pepper here, just chopping that up. And you can also chop up those olives. So I've added in that, I've toasted up my seeds, I've added those in here. The chickpeas are now going in.
Yes, try and, I'm going to ask you to maybe just add half or maybe a quarter of those chickpeas, because we also want to make sure that it gets blended nicely and we don't want to leave any big chunks. So to be on the safe side, Bale, I would say that is enough, because we're still going to go in with some other ingredients in there.
Perfect.
And then you can go in with some of that olive oil. You've got tahini in there, which is in a small little bowl. It looks like sesame. It looks like a little cream white. Yes, that is it. That goes in there.
Umondi's already eating. I mean, wow.
No, you got to test, so to make sure I'm not poisoning anyone.
I know, I agree with you, chef. A good chef tastes while they eat. So well done on that.
Okay, the tahini is in there.
You can't have a skinny chef. It's not advisable.
No problem.
Not advisable.
Cheese.
Okay, the cheese.
Yes, you can just grate that into there.
And then, Dumi, we've also got some garlic here. And then what is this spice?
Is that enough?
Okay.
Great.
That
looks like cumin.
Oh, okay.
Is it cumin?
Maybe you want to smell it and tell us, because since you're such a chef.
Please, please, please get me out of this.
Wow. He's like, send help.
Yes, it is cumin. It goes in there. It works very well with hummus oil, and it always is found in that recipe. So I'm going to get my hands a little dirty here just to show you guys. We're going to start forming the croquettes that we made earlier. And remember, I told you, Palisa, about the flour.
Yeah.
So because you don't want to get your hands too dirty, we're going to take this mixture, and then using our 2 spoons, you just drop it into the flour.
Okay.
And then what that helps with is you then put the flour on the outside so the mixture doesn't stick onto your hand.
Okay, I
So
see.
now you've created a barrier between yourself and the mixture, and when you start rolling, you don't have to worry about it sticking to your hands now because...
Okay, cool.
So one, it helps with helping you roll. And then another thing that it helps with is when we add this egg into this mixture, what's going to happen is that the flour helps with the egg sticking.
Oh, I see.
Yes, sticking
It's the
onto
glue.
the actual mixture, correct. And then let me roll this again. Some people like to do the one-handed mixture where they use one hand for the egg and the other hand for the breadcrumbs. It sometimes works, but I mean, cooking in the kitchen is always about being messy.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
all the time, but such recipes are great for that, right? And then, Palisa, once you go into the crumbs, Kelly, if you want to, you can do a second crumb, because I like my croquettes very crunchy.
Okay.
And then the other trick, yeah, I can see. So I'm going to get involved there. And this is basically we're going to start with this croquette. And the whole idea now that it's rolled, it goes into the...
Let me wash my hands.
Sure, please. It goes into our oil, which we started it off at medium, and then we turned it down a bit. So all we want here is we want a nice golden brown crust. Okay. The mixture inside doesn't even need to be cooked. It's basically just to get that golden brown color on the outside. It's all about the looks, because we eat with our eyes first.
Loving it.
And we're basically going to keep repeating this, and this is...
While she takes those out, let me blitz up this hummus here and make sure that it is quite well. Oh, should that be enough? I like it chunky.
Okay, then keep it chunky, Mama.
Yeah.
That looks perfect, and you can pour it into that jar, and I'm going to keep making
I can't believe I've been buying hummus for a very long time.
And it was just this easy. It goes into your...
I'm ready to get dirty.
Do you wanna go in there? Okay, so we can go with some flour at the top.
Can we do this?
I like that. Okay, it seems like these croquettes are coming on quite well. I'm also going to add...
Now, shape it.
Yes, now you can shape it. You can actually use it, using the palm of your hands. Perfect. So that's the trick.
Why does it look so small, though?
Because we're going to add another layer most of the breadcrumbs, and if you want to do a double crust, then it's going to actually make it bigger.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Are we doing the egg thing now?
Yes, you can do the egg here.
Okay, cool.
So let's do this. I'll do the wet part so that your hands don't get too dirty.
Okay, cool.
And then
I'll do the crumbs.
Okay, perfect.
Not to cut.
And then
into
into our breadcrumbs.
Oh, lovely.
And then we'll just keep doing this. And basically, you just roll them into beautiful balls.
Okay.
The flavors of the smokiness from the smoked salmon go very well with the roasted red pepper, because it's also a bit smoked, but then there's also that flavor of the sweetness that comes from the roasted red pepper, and then the saltiness that comes from the smoked salmon, and then the tanginess that's in there with the ingredients you've got over there from the olives, you know? And basically, we just keep rolling, Palisa. I'm going to drop one more of these into our oil, just so you at least get the gist of what this is about. And then we're going to continue making these, and that's basically it. That beautiful dish you see in the corner there is how they turn out.
Super simple, super lovely, super easy. Here we go. Here's a dip for your hummus, and take it over there and plate away, queen. I love the fact that you've always just given us simple, easy to do recipes, and also with ingredients that so many people already have within their household. So I'm here for it, Dumi. Any final tips when putting this together?
Always make sure you manage your oil, and the whole idea is to start off on a medium heat. If you see that it's not hot enough, then increase. Don't start with a high, because if you go in there, it's going to burn, mess up your oil. So.
Absolutely. Well, Dumi, it seems like we're quite well on our way. We've got our Gatsby tick. We have got our delicious croquettes tick. But coming up, you've got something sweet for us.
Yes. Do you have a sweet tooth by any chance?
Sometimes.
Well, I've got the perfect dessert for you, because we're going to make a Clover Classic lemon posset after these, and I'm definitely sure you'll be in love.
Sounds yum.